Let's make some dog treats today. My parents have 2 border collies. I absolutely miss them, so I'm gonna make some dog treats for them, send them to them. But a warning with this recipe, it changes every time. I have no measurements, so if you're someone who really likes to follow specific measurements, this might not work for you, but it is really easy to make. So let's make some. I always start with wet ingredients. So I have some pumpkin puree. It's really important that you use pumpkin puree and not pumpkin spice because the spices can be pretty bad for dogs. I'm just gonna scoop in a bunch. There we go. These dogs absolutely love peanut butter. So I'm gonna put in a big scoop of that. Well, maybe more. They love, love, love their peanut butter. I think probably most dogs do. Yum. Some honey. I'm gonna mash in a banana. The nice thing about making these dog treats is like, you can use mostly anything that you have on hand. Anything that your dog likes that's edible for dogs. I've in the past made some with things like blueberries in it too, and they really like that. But I always usually put a banana. It's just really good for the texture of the dog treats. An egg. And that's it for my wet ingredients, so I'm gonna start smushing that together. I always start with wet ingredients first because that's what I use to then add the dry ingredients in slowly without measuring. I just keep adding the dry ingredients till it forms a bit of a texture that I think I can work with, usually kind of similar to like a muffin texture. I'm actually also going to add in a little bit of coconut oil just to make it a little more liquidy. Coconut oil, they love that. And this is where I start adding in the dry ingredients. So I just slowly add them till it seems about right. I'm gonna add some quick oats. Let's try that. And now I'm gonna add in some whole wheat flour. Oh, the dogs are gonna be so excited. Okay, this is a pretty good texture. It's really hard to mess this up, so yeah. $3.75. Okay, now this is where you can get really fancy or not. You can either just put the dough, make like little cookies and bake them as is. I bought some of these little silicone molds on Amazon that make little tiny bite-sized treats, so that's what I'm gonna use. But first, to make sure I can squeeze it in better, I'm going to kind of make my own little icing bag. I have a feeling there are very much more sustainable ways to do this than using a plastic bag, but that is what I have for now. I'm just gonna start scooping it in. There we go. Ta-da! Now I'm going to just use this, a little icing bag, cutting off the corner. There we go, and adding it in. Uh-oh. There we go. So that will make even more than one batch. But yeah, gonna put it in the oven. I don't know how long. Usually I just guess until they kind of look a bit like little tiny muffins. I mean, dogs like hard treats, so as long as they're not burnt, it's kind of hard to overdo it. But yeah, there we go. Okay, they've been in there about 20 minutes and that looks perfect. They look like little muffins. There we go. Let them cool for a bit. Whoa. Okay, now that they're nice and cool, you can just pop them out. See, they're like little tiny muffins. And you can either give them to your dogs just as they are, or you can do what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna mail them to my parents. I'm going to put them in the dehydrator so that they become nice and dry and crispy for them. Look at that. Woo.